In a world of mysteries and the unexplained, we're about to take you on an extraordinary journey into Mexico's Congress, where an astonishing and otherworldly revelation has captured the nation's attention. But before we delve deeper into this incredible story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Let's get started.
Scientists in Mexico pulling back the curtain on what they believe are aliens and put two of those corpses on display. Take a look.
In Mexico's Congress, a group of experts who study things from outer space had something pretty shocking to share this Tuesday. Here's how it all began. Jaime Maussan, who calls himself a UFO expert, brought two special boxes into the big meeting room where lawmakers gather. While Maussan was talking, two guys carefully opened these boxes. And what do you think was inside? Two very strange-looking bodies. Now, these bodies didn't look like normal people. They were really pale and had the classic features that we often see in pictures of aliens: big heads, tiny bodies, and just 3 fingers on each hand. Maussan told everyone that they were discovered in Peru back in 2017, and believe it or not, they could be a whole 1,000 years old. But hold on, there's an even crazier twist to this story. Maussan also said that one of these odd beings was pregnant. Can you imagine that? So this is the incredible and surprising start to the hearing in Mexico's Congress about these mysterious alien bodies. He's very sure about this, Maussan continued. These aren't mummies, and they haven't been messed with. While testifying under oath, Maussan firmly declared that these bodies were not like any humans we know.
Que se presenta de tal forma, y creo que hay una demostración clara de que nos encontramos ante ejemplares no humanos que no tienen relación con ninguna otra especie en nuestro mundo y que se encuentran abiertas todas las posibilidades para que cualquier institución científica los pueda investigar.
Now it's important to note that Maussan and some others have made similar claims before about strange remains that they believe to be from aliens. But scientists have often dismissed these claims, saying that these are either really old mummies from Peru or mummies that have been altered in some way. But on this Tuesday, something different happened. A forensic expert and military doctor named José de Jesus Benítez was there, and he showed scans of the alleged alien bodies to everyone in Congress.
Permite la perfecta conservación por desecación de estos cuerpos, provocando un proceso de conservación natural a través del tiempo.
Maussan mentioned that these supposed aliens had large brains and big eyes, which he believed gave them a wide and detailed view of the world. Interestingly, he said they didn't have teeth, suggesting that they might have only drunk liquids and didn't eat or chew food. Mexico's Congress also got to see videos of Mexican pilots trying to understand fast-moving flying objects they encountered.
Nave en su control, con un piloto muy nervioso y asustado.
Maussan boldly declared, "We are not alone." Ryan Graves, a former U.S. Navy pilot who was also at the hearing, was asked to talk about strange things he's seen in the sky. He calls them unidentified anomalous phenomena.
My name is Ryan Fobbs Graves, and I'm a former F-18 pilot with a decade of service in the U.S. Navy. I have witnessed advanced UAP firsthand and founded Americans for Safe Aerospace to support aircrew and military witnesses and investigate. Unidentified anomalous phenomenon, or UAP, or FANI, are real, observed, and documented by credible sources, yet we know very little about them. Thanks to efforts like today, we are starting to see that change.
Before joining the Mexican Congress meeting, Ryan had previously been involved in hearings in the United States Congress. In those hearings, he shared his first-hand experiences with UAPs, and also discussed the stigma associated with reporting such sightings. Until now, Ryan mostly talked about UAPs, but not these alien bodies. After testifying before the Mexican Congress, he went on X, which used to be called Twitter, to say that the demonstration was a huge step backwards for this issue. After the U.S. Congressional UFO hearing, I accepted an invitation to testify before the Mexican Congress, hoping to keep up the momentum of government interest and pilot experiences with UAP. Unfortunately, yesterday's demonstration was a huge step backwards for this issue, Ryan wrote on X. My testimony centered on sharing my experience and the UAP reports I hear from commercial and military aircrew through ASA's Witness program. I will continue to raise awareness of UAP as an urgent matter of aerospace safety, national security, and science, but I am deeply disappointed by this unsubstantiated stunt, he added. Despite the setback, he remained committed to raising awareness about UAP as a matter of aerospace safety, national security, and science. Back in July, Mr. Graves was part of a meeting in the U.S. Congress where they talked about these weird things people see in the sky. He mentioned that there are a lot more sightings of strange stuff in the air than what gets reported.
Other veterans are also coming forward to us regarding UAP encounters in our airspace and oceans. The most compelling involve observations of UAP by multiple witnesses and sensor systems. I believe these accounts are only scratching the surface, and more will share their experiences once it is safe to do so.
During the presentation, Mr. Mousen mentioned that these unusual specimens were found close to Peru's ancient Nazca lines. He also said that Mexico's National Autonomous University, UNAM, had used carbon dating to estimate their age, which turned out to be around 1,000 years old. He made a bold claim that they were not connected to any known species on Earth. It's important to note that similar discoveries in the past have sometimes turned out to be the remains of mummified children. In 2017, Mr. Mousen was part of another significant hoax related to the supposed discovery of fossilized remains in Nazca, Peru. During this event, he asserted that the body, which had an elongated skull, was the mummified body of an extraterrestrial being, suggesting it was an alien. As it turned out, the Nazca mummy was actually a human child. It was discovered that the child's head had been shaped or altered by wrapping it tightly with cloth, rope, or boards, which was an ancient practice. Peru's culture minister, Leslie Ortega, stated that no scientific institution in Peru had identified these remains as non-human. She also raised questions about how these specimens had left Peru in the first place. The presentation of alien bodies in the Mexican Congress has been criticized as a stunt. Leslie Ortega, Peru's culture minister, mentioned that there's a legal complaint filed by the Ministry of Culture against some people associated with Mr. Mousen and his team. She expressed concern that these individuals might have been involved in the removal of ancient objects that could be part of pre-Hispanic human remains. She intends to investigate this matter further. Mr. Mousen didn't immediately respond to requests for comments. The National Autonomous University of Mexico, UNAM, issued a statement, which they had first released in 2017. In it, they clarified that their work, conducted by the National Laboratory of Mass Spectrometry with Accelerators, LEMA, was primarily meant to determine the age of the samples. However, UNAM didn't disclose the full study results or allow interviews with their researchers. They also didn't reveal the age they found for the samples. NASA officials held a press conference on Thursday while releasing their own report on how the Pentagon can better detect and study UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena. David Spergel, who led Princeton University's astrophysics department and chaired the report, expressed that he didn't know the nature of these samples, but emphasized the importance of transparency. He suggested that if something unusual is found, the samples should be made available to the global scientific community for examination. In the world of mysteries and unexplained phenomena, the alien bodies in Mexico's Congress raise many questions. We've seen similar claims debunked in the past. What drives belief in extraordinary claims like these? How can we distinguish genuine research from hoaxes in fields like ufology and archaeology? Do unidentified phenomena exist in our skies? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons for more captivating mysteries from around the world. Till then, take care of yourselves